If you think compounding is slow, then you're thinking about it completely wrong, and I'm about to prove why. Here's the truth. Compounding isn't slow. You just quit before it gets powerful. And this is the mistake almost every beginner makes. One that quietly costs people thousands, sometimes even millions, over their lifetime. Let me ask you something. What if I told you that most people never actually build real wealth? Not because they don't invest, but because they don't stay invested long enough to experience the magic of compounding? Think about it. You start investing, maybe a few $100s. Then it grows to a few thousand. In the beginning, nothing really happens. A few months later, you check your account. And yeah, it's up a little, but nothing crazy. A year goes by. You check again. Still feels slow. And that right there, that's the moment most people lose patience. They start thinking, is this even worth it? I could probably use this money somewhere else. This is way too slow. And then what happens? They stop. Or even worse, they pull their money out. Now here's where it gets interesting. Compounding isn't linear. It's exponential. And exponential growth is weird. At first, it feels like nothing is happening. Like you're wasting time. Like the results don't match the effort. But beneath the surface, something is building. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you're pushing a snowball down a hill. At the top, it's tiny, light, easy to ignore. You push it, and for a while, it barely grows. But as it keeps rolling, it starts picking up more snow. It gets bigger, heavier, faster, and then it becomes unstoppable. That's compounding. The problem is, most people quit before the snowball gets big. They never wait long enough to see it explode. That's exactly why two people with the same income end up living completely different financial lives. One person starts early, stays consistent, and trusts the process. The other starts, stops, switches strategies, and chases quick wins. Who do you think wins? The smarter one? The higher earner? Or the one who simply stayed in the game the longest? Let me ask you this. How many times have you started something and quit because the results were too slow? It's human nature. We all want fast results. We crave quick progress. But compounding doesn't reward impatience. It punishes it. Because the biggest gains, they don't come at the beginning. They come at the end. And nobody really talks about this part. Every year you delay, you're not just losing time. You're losing exponential growth. And it's bigger than you think. This isn't just, I'll start later. This is, I'll end up with way less in the future. That's the silent trap. Because in the moment, it doesn't feel like you're losing anything. You don't see the missed opportunity. But a few years later, when you finally realize the difference between starting early and starting late, it's not small. It's massive. Thousands, tens of thousands, even millions of dollars. All because of one thing: time. And here's the craziest part. Compounding doesn't care how much you start with. It cares how long you stay invested. You don't need to be rich to begin. You just need to be consistent enough to not interrupt the process. But that's the hardest part, because when you don't see results, staying consistent feels boring. And boring doesn't go viral. It's not exciting, but boring builds wealth. And that's why most people miss it. They chase fast money and ignore slow wealth. And by the time they understand it, it's already too late. So the real question is, are you patient enough to let compounding work? Or are you going to make the same mistake and quit right before everything changes? Let me know in the comments. And if this video changed the way you think about money and compounding even a little bit, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more informative content like this.